MovieWeb.com.
For decades, the Hubble Space Telescope has provided us with unparalleled visions of the universe. But its future was in jeopardy.
I go through the mission in my mind and ask, what could go wrong? Are we ready to handle that?
On the final mission to Hubble, 7 astronauts embarked on an expedition to save it.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7.
And an IMAX 3D camera was on board to capture it.
I was kind of amazed that the sun, you guys went around the Earth every 90 minutes. So I was doing some quick math, like weren't you guys technically up there for like 208 days since you had like all these different sunsets and sunrises like while you were up there?
We never thought of it that way.
No.
I think we did
That'd extend your
197 orbits
stay.
is what we did.
Ah.
I think it was, yeah. So, yeah.
Interesting, interesting.
And of course I wasn't up there, only in spirit.
Well, you didn't look
You were
like
with
you
us
aged
every
that
step of the way.
much. You didn't age that much.
I did all my aging on the ground with, you know, these teenagers at home. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's what, yeah.
So like
I got this old on the ground.
You're talking about at the Q&A, you're talking about the software you guys use to actually make these space flights. So can you talk a bit about like how that works? I mean, it was really seamless and it was quite amazing to watch.
Are you talking about the Hubble data itself,
yes.
the Hubble pictures? Yes, it's a software program called Verder, which is virtual director. And it allows you to, this is at the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana, and it allows you, they have the same thing at JPL and other places, to actually fly through a data set. You can pick, you can pick keyframes out on a path, design your path, and then it allows you to pitch and roll as you're making that path, and it interpolates the frames in between. But it's all real data. It's all based on one big data set that Hubble has.
So Mike, it was said in the film that this is the last mission to Hubble. So can you talk about like what's in store for, like how much longer will it be in service, or like what's kind
The
of
telescope?
Yeah.
Well, as far as how long it will last, I want to say we don't warranty any of our labor. So if you have a problem with the parts, you can go see the parts manufacturer. But we're hoping to get another 5 to 10 years out of it, and I think that would be great if we could, considering how much work it can churn out on a daily basis. Another 5 to 10 years of discovery would be pretty good, and we'll see if we can get that out of it, maybe a little more.
So are there plans for like a new version of the Hubble, or
yeah, there are. It's called a James Webb Telescope. It's going to be bigger than Hubble. It's going to be further away. The difference, one of the big differences, is that because it's going to be so far away from the Earth, we won't be able to go service it like we did with the Hubble. So hopefully everything will work, and the mirror will be fine on this thing, on this new one, and it'll be hopefully even better than the Hubble. But even if you have a new telescope like that, you're not going to. You're not going to stop using Hubble. Just because we have Hubble up there, all the telescopes on the ground didn't close up. We still have lots of telescopes being used all over the planet, making great discoveries every day as well. So, you use what is working, and Hubble will be used as long as it works.
Talk a bit about like bringing Leo onto the film, and like what his impact was when he first saw the film. Like what his response was.
Well, I was thrilled to have Leo as a narrator. His background is he grew up in East LA, so he had grown up going to the Science Center as a kid, and had seen most of our previous space films. So he knew what he was in for already. He was already a big IMAX fan. And our chairman of IMAX ran into him at a dinner in Tokyo somewhere and started talking about this film, and that sort of planted the seeds. And then my boss here in Santa Monica actually made it all happen, and Warner Brothers as well, who are the sponsors of the film. And so it all came together really nicely, and I lucked out and had a fantastic narrator, and he brought a lot of enthusiasm to it, and also awe that you and I have too. I like that very much in his performance, that he expresses that. Yeah. So he becomes one of us as opposed to a distanced narrator.
So just to wrap up, like, what would you like to say to anyone out there who might be curious about this film, about why they should check it out in IMAX 3D?
Well, I think this is an era of fantastic special effects. Everything in Hubble 3D is absolutely real. So if you want to go to space, along with Mike Massimino and his crewmates, and be there on the spacewalks as they repair the telescope, get inside the telescope with Mike, is right where he was, and see what he saw, and you want to fly to the edge of the universe with Hubble, this is the film for you.
Warner Brothers Pictures and IMAX, in cooperation with NASA, invite you to experience the wonder of the universe we live in on an incredible IMAX 3D journey through time and space.
Hubble shows us the size of the universe and the beauty that it holds. It's beyond what we can comprehend.
Hubble 3D. Narrated by Leonardo DiCaprio. Change your view of our universe in IMAX 3D.